Clark Reid here with today's tech headlines. Please give us a like if you enjoy these reports by tapping that like button, and you can also subscribe by hitting the little bell icon so you know when each new report is posted. Apple has unveiled a brand new entry-level MacBook Neo. No, it can't dodge incoming bullets like Mr. Anderson in The Matrix, but it does start at $599, which is quite a bit less expensive than the previous Apple entry-level notebooks. AppleInsider.com reports that the bottom-line model is powered by an A18 Pro chip, like the one used in the iPhone 16 Pro, and not an M-series Apple chip like the other MacBooks have. That said, the laptop is still able to perform about like the M1 chip, which is what powers the several-year-old MacBook Pro I wrote this on. The entry-level machine also only has 256 gigs available, 512 on a pricier model. The base machine does not have Touch ID either. For another $100, you get the 512 gigs in Touch ID. Now, the Neo, strangely, has a USB 3 and a USB 2 port, one on each side, so that one of them has a slower transfer rate. And also, there's no Thunderbolt port. It does have a 13-inch display. It can drive one external monitor, and you do get a FaceTime FaceTime HD camera, and the Neo can be pre-ordered today, available on March 11th. It comes in silver, blush, citrus, and indigo. And again, the cheapie, $599, and for $100 more, which is probably worth it, you get the 512 gigs capacity and Touch ID. Motorola is set to roll out their Razr Fold before long. We don't have a date yet, but we now have some specs and a price point. According to Mashable.com, the Fold has three 50-megapixel cameras, a main, a telephoto, and an ultra-wide. And then when it's opened up, it has a 32-megapixel internal selfie cam and also a 20-megapixel external selfie cam that you can use when it's closed. The outer display, 6.6 inches, and opened up, it's 8.1 inches, and that makes it even bigger than Samsung's Galaxy Z Fold 7 or the Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold. It runs on Qualcomm's most powerful chipset, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 5, and it runs Moto AI. That's Motorola's AI feature set. It can be had with up to a terabyte of storage and 16 gigs of RAM, and the battery is a hefty 6,000 milliampere hours. The Motorola, easy for me to say, Razr Fold is 4.6 millimeter thick open, 9.9 millimeter thick closed. It's going to be priced with a stylus in Europe at 1,999 euros. No separate price available yet, but that works out to $2,327 with the smart stylus if the pricing holds in the U.S. when it's released. A number of messaging platforms offer end-to-end encryption now, and whether you're talking about Signal or WhatsApp or the likes of Facebook Messenger, Google, or Apple Messages, most want users to feel secure in using their apps. Well, TechCrunch.com reports that TikTok isn't going to follow suit. The social media giant says end-to-end encryption would make users less safe, as it believes the technology would prevent police and safety teams from accessing messages when necessary. Now, this seems like gobbledygook, since with end-to-end encryption, only the sender and recipient of a direct message can view its contents. TikTok, though, claims that their DMs are still protected with standard encryption, such as Gmail uses. This does mean, under specific circumstances, law enforcement can request to see messages. TikTok further claims this will protect young users. Sony has flip-flopped and won't be releasing first-party games for PCs, and Gadget.com reports that the upcoming first-party titles will stay PS5 exclusive. This is in contrast to Microsoft, which will launch first-party titles like Fable and Forza Horizon 6 on Xbox, PC, and PS5 all at the same time later this year. It would see Sony return to a more Nintendo-like approach, which the latter famously and extremely successfully has held firm on console exclusivity for the likes of Mario, Zelda, and Pokemon. Sony has reportedly had poor sales of PC first-party games, so it won't affect their income much, but it could long-term piss off gamers. I'm Clark Reid, and you're Technified for now.